Hello, Ms. Keating. Thank you so much for joining us on such short notice. I know that the traffic on 285 can be very hectic at this hour.
Just call me Annalise. But I'm gonna be honest, that traffic on 285 is a beast. I almost didn't make it.
Okay, so I won't hold you up, so let's go ahead and get started with the interviewing process.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's pretend it's almost the first day of school, and you are in your first grade class. How would you prepare your classroom?
Oh, I'm just gonna throw some posters up around the room because I don't do all that decorating and bulletin board stuff.
Oh.
But I am gonna make sure my rules posted up everywhere in that room, let them kids know I ain't the one to play with.
Okay, well, let's just keep moving on.
Yeah, child.
Do you consider yourself a flexible teacher?
Oh, there is no room for flexibility, honey. Not in my classroom, okay? It's either my way or no way, boo-boo. I don't play that. It's Miss Keating's way or no way.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and move to our last question. So I see that you've been teaching before.
Honey.
So tell me, what's your take on classroom management?
Now listen, classroom management is important and all, but not to me. I mean, I just let them know from the beginning, you're gonna do what I say, or I'm gonna knock you out. That is it. That's just how we roll in this class. That's what my mama taught me.
Okay, well, we thank you for coming, and we'll get back in touch with you as soon as we can.
Okay, now I'll be looking for your calls, because you know I got bills to pay, so call me, child. My minutes are good.
Hi, Mrs. Rogers. Thank you so much for joining us on such short notice. I know the traffic on 285 can be very hectic at this hour.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
So, let's pretend it's almost the first day of school, and you are in your first grade class. How would you prepare your classroom?
Well, I like to create a positive and inviting atmosphere for my students. So one very special thing that I like to do is have an autograph board already in place. So once the students begin to come in, I can teach them about CPBs, and I call that cooperative positive behaviors. And what that is basically if I catch them doing good things or being on task or demonstrating some of the behaviors that are expected of them, they get to sign off on it, and it really makes for a good classroom climate.
Nice.
Hey, thank you.
Let's move on to the next question. Would you consider yourself a flexible teacher?
Absolutely, I do feel like I am a flexible teacher. One way that I try to implement flexibility in my classroom is by disregarding negative behavior. I don't focus on it and I don't give it any attention. I try not to get angry at disruptions, but instead I try to reinforce the good behaviors that I'm looking for within my classroom. It has a great turning point, and attitudes tend to get a little bit better once I use that method. I definitely try to avoid critical authoritarian remarks, CARs. It's never going to be conducive. It's a punishment that only is going to bring about limited change.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and move to that last question on the interview process. I see that you've taught before, so tell me, what's your take on classroom management?
My take on classroom management is that it's very vital to the overall function of the classroom. It's a necessary component. I try to make sure that I'm only bringing in my professional folders and not my personal folders when entering the classroom.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ms. Rogers, for coming in. We are very impressed with your answers.
Thank you so much for contacting me. I do look forward to your phone call. I'm so excited about the opportunity.
We also are really in love with the philosophies that you share. We'll get in touch with you as soon as possible.